Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danconia here. Welcome back to Overwatch Esports. So, we've lacked a Breakable Barriers tournament in the last week, and now I thought it was because of Christmas, but I don't think there's probably going to be another Breakable Barriers tournament coming around because we're going to start Open Division now. The Open Division season will start very, very soon. Also, we're going to have Contender Seeding Championships as well. But one bit of esports action we do have to look forward to in the coming days is the Mayhem Winter Classic for 2020. This is put on by the Florida Mayhem and Elo Hell Esports. They have invited a bunch of teams together, for anywhere from collegiate teams in America to contenders teams, open division teams. They're all going to have their chance here, and there's 16 participants who will go head to head in a double elimination bracket to see where they're at. They're from all over the world, so you've got some European teams in there, you've got a South American team in there. I think it's really good how the Florida Mayhem and Elo Hell have put this on, so it'll be very interesting to see how these teams do. It's going to take place over the 4th and the 5th, so this weekend basically, and it will be on the Elo Hell Esports Twitch page. I don't know whether any of these players are allowed to stream this. I would hope they are, because otherwise you're probably not going to see all of the games, because some games will be going on at the same time. But this is a really interesting, I suppose you could call it lower level esports tournament to look at for Overwatch, and it's great that Florida Mayhem are putting this on as an Overwatch League team, because, you know, it's nice to see some Overwatch League teams have a bit of input in the lower tiers of Overwatch Esports. But without further ado, let's go through the teams that have been invited and will be taking part. So we have the Uprising Academy, obviously the academy team of the Boston Uprising. We have Third Impact from North American contenders. We have Maryville Esports, which is a university team. Old Man Strength, which we have seen in the Breakable Barriers tournament. Tea Party, you will know from NA Contenders. Second Wind, Simplicity. Again, NA Contenders teams here we're talking about. Nice to see Simplicity back as a team after a break. We will also see Revival, who are a Contenders/Contenders Trials team with the well-known streamer Aspen. We have Class 6, who, to be quite honest, I don't know much about. All I know is it's owned by Moopy, who is ex-Florida Mayhem Academy and NYXL organization, so that's kind of all I know for that team. University of Utah Esports kind of says it all. Odyssey, another unsigned team that will most likely be going into Open Division or Trials this year. Sky Foxes, we know about, we've seen them in the Breakable Barriers tournament. Angry Titans from European Contenders, ex-winners of European Contenders. Clockwork Vendetta, I'm sure you'll know that name. Goats is back. And Dignity. Dignity is the representative from South America. Dignity have a very interesting roster, actually. A few names I recognise: Beast, Win98. Basically a mixture of Argentinian and Brazilian players. It'll be interesting to see where they kind of slot in amongst these teams like Uprising Academy, Clockwork Vendetta, Angry Titans, who we've seen at the top of their game in their respective regions. And we are seeing the return of Goats. Yes, Goats is back, everyone. The comp isn't, and it's never coming back. It'll be interesting to see if Goats pioneer a brand new comp in this 2-2 meta. That would be really, really interesting, and actually really, really funny. Clockwork Vendetta, a lot of these teams don't have nailed down rosters, and we probably won't know fully until the day. I can talk about some teams, for example, Angry Titans, they just don't have a nailed roster right now. I can't tell you who the Angry Titans roster is, because they don't have one. One fact I can tell you about the Angry Titans is they've just set up an academy team that will be going into Open Division called Olympians, which is very interesting. Sky Foxes I can tell you about, though. If they are going with the roster that they fielded in the Breakable Barriers tournament, you can expect to see the likes of Asking, Speedily, Valen, Mikey, Salty, and Mudkip. They did have the Crusaders as a stand-in support. They're going to need another support for this Mayhem tournament. It could be Crusade or it could be someone else. Clockwork Vendetta, they still have Mini-Me, they still have McMutter, Ricky and the likes, but again, they don't have a full roster named, so we don't really know what's going on there. Uprising Academy, you're looking at Scalar, Muffin's two-way with the Boston Uprising, obviously. Roundup, Lethal, Tap, Fat, Reno, and Dragon Eddy. There's some really good players in there. Really, really good players in there. I have mentioned Revival already. Obviously, they came out of the ashes of the Mayhem Academy. They've got Manitin, Boga, Razor, Aspire, Aspen, and Doggo. Again, a team that did very well in Breakable Barriers did lose in the final of the second week to Sky Foxes. So, again, we're looking at some really, really interesting teams. Simplicity have 4 players signed right now. Dazer King, Techniki, and Juby. Again, no full teams here. Not really. Again, with Second Wind, Hello, I'm Halo, Barbie, I'm not going to read that whole name, Caden, Shredlock, and Bird. Again, not a 6-man roster. We've only got 5 in there at the moment. And some of the teams, obviously, with the university teams and stuff like that, I just can't tell you their roster because I don't know. Again, Goats only have 4 players officially signed right now, so there's a lot to be ironed out. We will see what these guys roll out with, or these teams roll out with, during this Mayhem Winter Tournament. As I said just now, it will be on Twitch. It will be on the Elo Hell Twitch page. I will link that in the description, most likely. If I haven't, have a go at me in the comments and I will do it. But this is a really great tournament for Florida Mayhem to put on. I'm really, really pleased that one of the Overwatch League teams has kind of stuck their head above the parapet and said, hey, lower level Overwatch Esports, we'll put on a tournament for you. Show us what you're made of. And it's really good that Florida Mayhem have done this. Hats off to them. And by the way, Florida, when are you going to announce your new colours? Can you just do it? I've got to create graphics, Florida, and you, San Francisco, and you, LA Valiant. Can you just please announce it? Because I've got to create graphics for the previews of all the teams this year. And I'm running out of time. Please, hurry up. Hurry up. But I'm going to leave it here for this one. I know it's a short video for today. I want to go over the Mayhem Winter Classic for this month. It looks like a really interesting tournament, and there's such a varied amount of teams in this tournament. You look at the likes of Clockwork Vendetta, and you look at Third Impact and Tea Party, and all this. There's going to be a real widespread pool of talent from all different tiers, apart from the Overwatch League, obviously. So it should be a really, really good watch this weekend, and it will fill us in for the missing breakable barriers. But then we will be moving into Open Division Season 1 of this year, and obviously then into Contenders and the seeding for that as well. There's a lot to come up. There's a lot to be coming up in this month. It's going to be a really busy month for esports in general for Overwatch, because then also there's going to be a lot of content on this channel to do with Overwatch League, because we're going to do previews for the teams, as I just said. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. See you then.